Well, welcome to another episode of Sticky Icky. What will he infuse today? So today I decided that I wanted to see if we can infuse Velveeta cheese and then re-solidify it back into the cheese block that it was, but with a few, well, a lot of those wonderful sticky calories. So let's get to it, and I hope it's a great success. We'll see what happens. Okay, on today's sticky experiment, we're going to try to infuse some Velveeta cheese. I've got 2 half-gram and 1 full gram distilled RSO I got from the dispo, and a little bit of milk to help make it a really nice smooth. Then I want to go ahead and once I get the cheese made and I get it infused, I'm going to go ahead and re-put it back into a block of cheese like this, so that we can then either eat it as little snacks on crackers or whatever you want to use it for. I'll probably come up with some recipe you guys will see soon. Alright, so from here I've got my double bubbler thing set up, my 2 pans, one with water, the other one on top. I've got the 12 ounces of Velveeta cheese in the pan. I'm warming the water up now. We're going to get this slowly starting to melt. Once we get it start to be melty, we're going to add in a little bit of the milk. And then once we really start to get it where we want it, then we'll add in the distilled RSO. So I won't force you to watch boiling water, so we'll be back shortly. Quick tip, remember to chop it down into smaller blocks when melting it down. It works much better. I shouldn't have forgot that step. Now it's starting to melt. I think I'm going to add in a little bit of the milk, just because I don't want some of the cheese to dry out or become crusted while it's melting the rest. Just a little bit. Still have quite a bit left. I'm not sure how much I need. Again, this is an experiment. Let's see if we can mix this up a little bit. The recipe I read that said to add the milk, it also said that you could add water. It also said that if you get your cheese too hot and it starts to break, you can add a little milk or water to bring it back together. So hopefully I don't do any of those in this experiment of infusing Velveeta cheese. Oh, something I found out. Inside Velveeta, there's recipes. Inside the box, the lid. I did not know that. I'm actually going to try that chicken one. Yes, it will be with the infused. And yes, I'll probably record it for you. That's starting to look like we want. The clumps are starting to go, melt down. We're looking good. That is looking good. I found doing this when you're just trying to melt cheese in general is really the best way to do it for me. You get the best texture with it. Even if you get that store-bought queso chip dip and you need to reheat it, or if you're making homemade nachos and you go get that nacho cheese sauce in a can, doing it this way really does work much better, I feel, with texture-wise and temperature-wise with your cheese. So just a side note for y'all. We're almost ready to start infusing for our experiment. I want to make sure we have no more lumps. Everything's melted down. Looking really good. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this infused. We're going to warm these up. We're just going to stick them in the boiling water for a few seconds. Get them nice and warmed up. There's one. There's two. Same thing with this one. We're just going to put it in the boiling water a little bit. The steam is hot. Good. Oh, that's hot. Hold on. just going to take and hold our pan, and we're going to start mixing. Mixing. Oh my goodness, I can smell it. It's sticky, beautiful flour. Well, now I'm making a mess. Okay. Let's finish up. We're just stirring this in real quick. I know I'm further away, but I want to get this all nice and mixed evenly throughout everything. I've never had cheese smell so good in my life. That's delicious smelling. Alright, now we got our cheese done. It's all infused, everything's in there. And since this is distilled, it doesn't change the color. But you can definitely smell it. And the cheese. So I'm pretty excited to see how this baby turns out. Get as much as I can. You're always going to have a little. Just have to sacrifice it. Alright, so we got all the cheese put back into the mold. I'm using that butter dish I bought for the butter that I made. I didn't really like the way it sits in there. So I decided I think I wanted to try using it to reblock my cheese. So, first thing I'm going to do is, now that we've got it in there, it's still going to be warm and hot, but we want to get some plastic wrap pushed down on top of it. We want to try to seal out any air that's possible, because it'll create a crusting or a film, like a hardening skin on it or whatnot. We don't want that. We'll get that done, and there you go. Infused cream cheese, or not cream cheese, excuse me. Infused Velveeta cheese. I can't wait to try this on something. We'll let that sit for a little bit, calm down in temperature, and then we'll get it in the fridge. And I'll see you guys back here for the reveal. I would give it probably about an hour in the fridge. Alright, so it's been in the fridge for about an hour now. Just chilling and kind of getting back to where it's at. So let's take a look and see what we got. That looks beautiful. I was partaking while I was waiting for this to set. So let's take a look and see what we got going on. Well, next time I'll make sure to wrap that in plastic wrap before I pour everything in. I think it'll make it come out much easier. But there you have it. That's excellent Velveeta cheese. Delicious. Now I can't wait to use this in a recipe. Alright, so we got the Velveeta cheese out. It's infused. It looks great. There was some left over in the container, so I'm going to kind of scrape this out. Kind of add it here. There we go. Not much better. Now, instead of putting it back into that dish, I just use that dish as a sculpting dish, basically. Molding dish. I'm going to wrap it in saran wrap because I want to keep oxygen off of it. I want to make sure that it stays at its perfect consistency and it doesn't dry out or anything like that. So, and there we go. Ready to be put in the fridge, stored. Velveeta infused cheese. And you can taste those beautiful sticky calories. Alright, well there you have it everybody. That's the infused Velveeta cheese. I do definitely plan on using this in one of those recipes I found on the Velveeta box. The chicken one really seems appealing, so I will make sure to record that for you guys. Until next time, stay sticky my friends.